And we are live.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the heck in the world you are. It's the one, the only, the majestic ape with the master of the flux capacitor. And we are back on another Mornings with V and CJ, where we give you the news, the views, and the information that's important to you. Check us out on roguemoney.net, at the Rogue Money Facebook. I'm sorry, at the Rogue Money Twitter, Rogue Money Facebook, and you can check us out on our podcast on both the Apple and Google podcasting apps that are out there. With that being said, check out our partners, myfreedomnow.us. Go there and book a call. These guys are booked till the end of June, probably even going into July at this point. Myfreedomnow.us. Learn how you can get out of debt, get your credit score fixed, and if you don't need your credit score fixed and you just want to have some money to buy some stocks, maybe you want some money to get into the trading academy, maybe you want to buy some money to do some investing, to get yourself out of debt, to pay something off, or you just want to take that money and run because you're crazy, you run like a madman, then you need to check out myfreedomnow.us and figure and learn how these guys can get you $600,000. That's a lot of Bitcoin, my friend. Lots of Bitcoin, lots of Ethereum for that money. With that being said, CJ, what's going on, man? CJ, you okay? I mean, I know we pulled out of Paris Accords yesterday. I want to make sure you're okay, CJ.
You know, V, I was really nervous this morning. I can't lie. You know,
I know. Look, I was scared to get out of bed. Hence, we're having a very late broadcast. I overslept. I just want to make sure you're okay. Are you, tell me, what are you feeling right now?
Because I was just thinking that the sun, wasn't going to come up. I thought just something strange was going to happen. I went outside. I actually wore a gas mask to go outside just in case.
Oh my gosh, so did I.
Just in case the oxygen had just been completely ripped out of the air. I was just completely losing it, V. I was just very nervous.
I was very frightened myself, man. I had nothing but nightmares last night. I dreamt of icebergs falling out of the sky and and then the sun all of a sudden going hot and giant rising of the tidal waves. But the only tidal wave that's rising, bro, is the tears of the snowflakes. All the snowflakes are melting globally, and that's causing the waters to rise. Siege.
That announcement could have not been any more perfect timing for Cuss with Gus V.
Oh my god, yeah. Totally, bro.
You guys had some fun with it. I was driving, listening to it, like laughing my head off. People were probably driving by, like wondering what in the world is he listening to.
Hopefully with headphones on, because you know how
I did. I started playing it without headphones, and then I remembered my son was, what are you listening to, Dad? I'm like, nothing.
It's rated R, Junior. It's rated R. For strong language and adult content.
And that's hence the reason we call it Cuss with Gus.
Guys, I had some people like, V, why is this guy cursing on this show? like four, I don't know who this guy has left, like 4 or 5 comments. V, there are families that are listening to the show. V, why is he cursing so much? And I had to respond back to him, very politely. I said, sir, the show is called Cuss with Gus. What did you expect?
It's funny you got that, because last night when I got home, I was, doing my thing on the video, and I went to the advanced settings, and there is a parental advisor flag we can put on it. So maybe we should put that on there as an alert or something. Maybe
it's not safe for kids or religious people. Not safe at all. But if you are spiritual and you're not put off by just language, hey, have some fun with Gus.
Right. And what really be, if you think about it, okay, so yes, we exited an agreement, but what really should be trending in the news right now are the revelations in regarding the continued and the newfound corruption of Hillary Clinton.
What are you talking about? I thought it's not her fault she lost, and she's as pure as the wind-driven snow.
I think she's blaming everything now, regarding her loss, everything but herself and her corrupt family. And, there's more information that's coming out that we want to share. I want our audience to make sure we get this out, because it's just so important. When you look at the Clintons, there's no doubt that they are probably the most corrupt family in the history of politics in America. And we can't let them get away with this crap that they did.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Why don't you break down the whole thing? I mean, me and Gus talked about it yesterday, but you can break it down again. And this is something that Brad Birkenfeld was all over, and he's the one who emailed it to me.
Yeah, so apparently back in 2009, while then Hillary was Secretary of State, Kuwait had been alleged in regards to basically overcharging the United States government for some of the items that they were producing for them. Hence, the State Department, there was an investigation. The Kuwaiti government called on then Hillary Clinton to say, "Hey, listen, do us a favor here. We really would like for you to forget this. Tell them to look the other way." A few days later, there was a donation from the Kuwaiti government to the Clinton Foundation. In fact, I believe there was a couple of them to the tune of $5 to $10 million to the Clinton Foundation, as a direct result of her looking the other way, working with the State Department to tell the FBI, "Hey, listen, let's just forget this." And now, boom, now it's came forth that no, this truly happened, and there's going to be a pretty hefty fine to be played in regards to settling this lawsuit. I mean, they overcharged American taxpayers millions of dollars, so now they're going to get a pretty hefty fine for doing this. And again, Clinton at that time period was even worse because she was actually Secretary of State, a complete pay-to-play, scam in regards to the corruption involved with her utilizing her position tied directly to the Clinton Foundation.
Yep, and just to be clear, it was one of the Kuwaiti princes, Kuwaiti Prince Al Sultan, who was so thankful to the American taxpayers and to the American troops. He was absolutely unrelenting to see justice done, and he and a law firm, the law firm called Raymond Moss and Gilmore. Okay, it was a true David versus Goliath. They took on the military-industrial complex, and this was the largest military procurement fraud case in U.S. history. Okay,
Wow.
This was the largest military procurement fraud case in U.S. history, and because of the Emir Al Sultan and Raymond Moss and his team at Moss and Gilmore, they fought hard. They never relented. They went toe to toe against the Hillary Clinton Justice Department. They went toe to toe against 6 of the largest, most powerful law firms, in the country, and they got that settlement, and they won for the American people. They won for the American people, and that shows you guys that these assholes are not as powerful and so out of anybody's grasp. These people can be taken down. Now it's time for Hillary to go.
Yeah, it's time for Hillary to go. And then in addition, there's also Judicial Watch, which they do a phenomenal job of, uncovering these things. So through the Freedom of Information Act, Judicial Watch received even more emails, even to the tune of 2,078 pages, containing even emails that were not included on the batch of emails that Hillary stated that she turned over all the information to the FBI. And these emails that Judicial Watch received are pretty eye-opening. I'll just give you a couple examples just to be, real quick. So one of these in particular involves Chelsea Clinton. Wanting to fly to a soccer match and utilizing U.S. assets to do so. So basically what happened is she didn't want to use public transportation. This was all coordinated by Huma Abedin, who coordinated her using U.S. transportation, U.S. military transportation flight, including paying for the hotel on this trip that she went on. So that's just one example. There are several examples of emails containing classified information that went directly from Hillary to Huma to the Clinton Foundation. And a lot of these in particular had to deal specifically with wanting to get information to help Bill Clinton prepare for speeches, for Bill Clinton to know exactly what was going on with some of these foreign players and some things that were heads up, which is, again, just a complete violation. And Judicial Watch has this out. This needs to be exposed, and it just can't continue. We just can't allow the criminality of the Clinton Foundation and Hillary Clinton. Not when she's going to continue out there. If she would have just went away, if she just went back in the woods and hid and been gone with, but she's coming out. She is poised for a 2020 run. I don't want to say I'm guaranteed, but she's putting poison out. So let's start exposing this now.
I love it. Now, let all this crap keep happening, and let her. And this idiot is so deluded, CJ, that in the midst of all this controversy, this kumquat will absolutely run in 2020. Okay, she will absolutely run in 2020. They have no. Who are they going to choose? They're too afraid. The DNC is too afraid to pick anybody else. They got their stooge, Michael, whatever,
Perez.
Perez. That's their stooge in there. Okay, so that's guaranteed a shoo-in that Hillary's going to run again. But she's running again with muddied controversy, more controversy coming. She's running again when nobody likes her. Did you notice that the CNN and the mainstream media is starting to make fun of her a little bit?
Okay? Yeah, they are.
Right. So what does that mean? That means the left is moving to the second stage of what I predicted that what would happen back in October, is that eventually these people are going to start eating themselves. They're going to start eating each other. And that's what they're doing. They're literally crumbling. They're fighting amongst themselves. It's the most beautiful thing in the world, man.
Yeah, it is. And I listen to it myself. I do spend time in the evening listening to, I don't even want to call it the counter talking points, but CNN, MSNBC. I just want to know what they're saying because it's always great to be informed, right? And I specifically heard it directly for them. They're like, could she just please stop? Could she just please do the party a favor and just go away? So they're calling her out on it. So, unfortunately, she is stuck in her own mind state that once you get to that mind state that you want to be president, she is just hell-bent be still on achieving that status, which isn't going to happen.
Correct. Absolutely right, man. Absolutely right. With that being said, CJ, we're out of Paris, and I'm very scared to go outside right now since we've pulled out, and I think it could be the end of human life as we know it.
Yeah, it's the end of human life, and more importantly, I think in terms of the signaling that the administration has signaled here is the fact that he is going to continue delivering on some of those things that listen, when I put my stamp on approval or stating, hey, I think Donald Trump is the best candidate, it had nothing to do with him as an individual. Okay, it had everything to do with specifically what happened yesterday. Getting away from the globalist mind state that these people that live in their elite, towers, that they have more influence over the rest of the people and they have a bigger voice than what we should have. And this is fighting back. So to me, this was dealt with a huge blow. And then specifically with who Trump is aligned with in his administration, like the Bannons versus the globalists like Kushner and his daughter. So this was a big win. I guarantee you that this was some pretty engaging conversations, to say the minimum, on this decision.
Absolutely, man. It pulls us out. Look, I want you guys to just translate in your head. Every time you hear Paris Climate Agreement, it's basically the Paris Economic Suicide Agreement. It is a deindustrialization plan. It is a plan with carbon taxes. It is a plan to not only deindustrialize and destroy economies, but it is a plan to absolutely cause death and destruction to humanity. Okay, then that's what carbon taxes do. That's what it does. So us out of the Paris Agreement, the Paris Economic Suicide Agreement is a wonderful thing. Everybody's listening to the show understands that. The rest of you who don't get it, get with the program. Those of you who think it's a terrible idea that we left Paris Agreement and that you think that there's global warming, you're an idiot. Do some research. And that's that. Moving on to the next thing. Psychotic idiot leftist maricon Macron trolls Trump. See what this moron did, Siege.
Yes, and it's just a huge line, V. You judge a person by their enemies. And to see all these people coming out against Trump, it's just truly, it's almost laughable. I'm almost enjoying watching, John Kerry, all these people come out against Trump right now. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious, man. And then you got Maricon Macron. He says, it is a mistake for the US and the planet. Macron went on to say, tonight I wish to tell the United States that France believes in you. Look at this asswipe. The world believes in you. I know that you are a great nation. And then he tweets out, we all share the same responsibility, make our planet great again. If we do nothing, our children will know a world of my God. Is this guy crazy?
Well, but V, there's even crazier statements that are there. There's a great article out there of the top 10. It's even like the top 19, but some of the things that people are saying are just absolutely insane. Okay, just completely insane.
Well, I mean, I'm at a loss, bro. I'm at an absolute loss. Listen carefully what the city says. If we do nothing, our children will know a world of immigration and wars and shortage. You asshole! Your whole country's being run by third world migrants who are robbing and raping and blowing you up on a weekly basis. You idiots! A dangerous world. You and your party, you French cuck. You've created that environment. What a moron. That's his opening. That's his opening speech. If we do nothing, our children will know a world of migrations and wars and shortage. You're describing your own country, you twit. Oh my gosh, man. I'm at a loss. I call on you to remain confident we will succeed. Listen to what he says. I reaffirm clearly that the Paris Accord remains irreversible and will be implemented by not just France, but by all the nations. Over the coming hours, we will have the opportunity to speak with the main partners and define a common strategy and to define new initiatives. I already know that I can count on them. I'm like, you guys belong to a cadre of broke, insolvent morons who can do nothing, who are broke. Why don't you go protect your own country, man? Go protect your own people. This guy's so out of touch. I can't believe how stupid these people are, bro.
Yeah, well, V, look at Al Gore. Al Gore's out there, stating that, now that, that we've exited the Paris Agreement, that the whole entire world is going to collapse. That, our future generations are going to be dying. John Kerry stating that everyone's going to start getting asthma starting, today. That,
everybody's getting asthma.
The ACLU is out there stating that because of pulling out of the Paris Agreement, quote unquote, would be a massive step back for racial justice and the assault on communities of colors across the U.S.
What kind of moron believes this bullshit? I mean, if you believe that, please go to your local doctor. Go to your doctor and have them sterilize you. Please. If you believe this whole leftist climate hysteria, please, I urge you as a public service, go and sterilize yourself. We do not need you contaminating the gene pool and preventing humanity from going interstellar. Please. Please. I mean, the dumbest reactions. I can't. Here's a Democratic cuck who said he committed a traitorous act of war. Ben Rhodes, he's national security advisor under Odumbo. Shame on those in the Trump White House who knew the science is real and Paris is our last best chance. Wow. Morons. How many? What's the percentage of carbon dioxide that's man-made in the atmosphere? It's like 0.000001%. So you're telling me 0.000001% was originally creating global warming? Oh, it wasn't creating global warming. So now that theory fell through. Now you're calling it climate change. Where some idiot could go outside. Oh, it's May. It's really warm out here. It must be climate change. Or it's April. It's kind of cold today. Oh, it's climate change. The Earth never had a stable climate. And Al Gore wants to recut his stupid movie and an inconvenient sequel. Okay, right. and make Trump the villain in that. And then the idiot Fareed Zakaria, he took crazy to a next level by telling Jake Tapeworm, this will be the day that the United States resigned as the leader of the free world. F you, Fareed. Go back to the shithole you crawled out of. Elon Musk, the carpetbagger from South Africa. He says, I am departing presidential council. Yes, you a-hole. Because you know why? The only thing that the Paris Accords do, the only thing it does it makes a certain car company that burns through hundreds of millions of dollars, that doesn't turn a profit, that sells worthless crap, that requires on carbon credits and taxpayer handouts in order to survive. It makes that car company go tits up. That's it. It makes them go belly up and go under, and that's the reason why Elon Musk is pissed off.
Boom, exactly.
Give me a break. Barack Obama, his joke of a legacy. He's upset because his pathetic legacy that other people have built for him. I should tell Obama that. You didn't build your legacy. Someone else did it for you.
That's right. The globalist.
Unreal. And then Donnie Douchebag on MSLSD said that Trump is a sociopath and also very dangerous. John Kerry, the haircut looking for a brain, says in a lengthy statement, the president will be remembered as one of the most shameful and biggest mistakes he's ever made. Unreal. Saying that he's correlating this to the failure of the Bay of Pigs invasion in Cuba by JFK. I mean, how dumb are these idiots, right? Unreal. And who's the number one? The New York Daily News, again, that maybe like 15 people in New York probably read. Ford to city, drop dead, headlines in the 70s. Tomorrow's front page will appear. Trump to world, drop dead, pulls America out of historic climate pact, decides to hell with science and Earth's future. Hell with science. What science? What, the IPCC? Those idiots who've been caught multiple times fudging the numbers? Those guys? Give me a break. I love it, CJ. Anyway, man, we got... Go ahead, CJ.
No. I was just going to say, yeah, and just keep in mind in regards to science, I fully support science, but not when half of their studies are being conducted and paid for by corporate special interests to go ahead and come out with a predetermined, outcome of what they want science to prove, and then they sell products, to justify the means. So yeah, it's just insane, V.
Unreal, man. Unreal. I think we're at the end of the show, bro.
We are at the end of the show.
We're at the end of the show, people, and we shall be back at 4 o'clock. I am returning to rare form. I've been getting many emails. V, you used to be the ape that went out and killed something and brought it back for all of us to enjoy. But every time you do a show, you're having it with a guest on. You're always having a guest. Well, starting now, every Friday will be the Gorilla Hour. Yours truly will be breaking it down like no one else. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be me flying solo, and I'll be ranting and raving, hooting and hollering, while CJ struggles to make this whole thing contained and keep me in check and make sure that I don't hurt myself in the process. With that being said, we are over and we're out. Take it away, CJ.